I'm gonna start the recording, even though like watching the first 2 minutes of this would probably be painful for anybody if they wanted to actually go back and watch the torture. It's great to see you guys in person. For those of you that are there with us digitally, can you hear me? Give me a thumbs up. Okay, all right. All right, we got a few thumbs up. Okay, awesome. We're trying a different microphone setup. We're trying something new because Mr. Vermillion piloted teaching in the classroom over the last couple of days, and he said that students online really had a hard time hearing the conversation that was going on in the classroom, especially if folks towards the back of the room were contributing. So I wanted to be a rock star when I was a little bit younger, and so I have a bunch of leftover music equipment that I thought I might try to put to good use. So we'll see if this works out better for the folks online or not. Okay, this is obviously brand new territory for me. I know you went through it yesterday as a student, and you've been through it most today. You guys are my trial run, teaching both in person and virtually at the same time. So thank you in advance for your patience. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't already, both Canvas and Google are going to be handy today. Those of you that are online, you should see that we have a new module that's open called Human Sciences, Knowledge and Power, I believe, something to that effect. And those of you that are in the room, you should be able to find that as well. Okay. So let's see. I think I'm going to try sharing my screen. Let's see if this works. I think if I do this, and then I do this. Okay, so now folks in the room can see what's on the presentation slides. Can folks online see that? Ritesh, are you able to see my screen? Thumbs up. All right, awesome. Okay, so first of all, some in-person introductions. I'm Mr. Hodson. I know some of us met in person physically last year. You came in and sat in my office for a conference about the diploma program. And I laid out a path for you through the program, but some of us, we haven't had a chance to see each other face to face yet. So it's great to get to meet you. And I'm excited to work with you over the next year and 3 quarters at this point. All right. So today, first of all, a quick reminder about the summative assessment for the art unit. I sent a few folks, either folks that are online or folks that are in this room, just a reminder if you hadn't done your summative assessment for art yet, just so that you would remember to do that. I'm going to start grading those or assessing those tomorrow. And so, I'll provide comments and feedback and things like that. So if you see something you don't like, you can reach out and talk to me. Our dismissal procedure, just so you know, for this room, we're the second set of bells. So the traditional set of bells is when we'll leave. What was that?
That just means everybody has to be in class by that point,
okay.
Regardless of where you
are. Okay. All right. And then we're going to introduce our new unit on human sciences, and then more specifically introduce our subtopic or our focus, which is going to be on politics. And then we're going to work on a couple of things together, and you guys are going to help craft how this unit goes. You're going to make some suggestions about topics, issues, things you'd like to discuss, learn more about, explore, and I'll kind of develop the syllabus to an extent around some of your suggestions. We obviously won't have time to do everyone's suggestions, but we'll take a look at the list and decide which ones we want to explore. So that's our agenda for today. Okay, let's talk about our new subject area very broadly. IB calls it the human sciences. You're also going to hear it called the social sciences or the humanities. It's referred to by all of these different terms, and it's really just a large amalgamation of what we consider to be, in many cases, a subset of the liberal arts. So these are things like psychology, sociology, economics, politics. All of these things fall under the human sciences. Okay? And so that's what we're going to be exploring today. This unit. Begin our exploration today. All right, let's begin, if you would, in Canvas. with an assignment that's in there that says, the Human Sciences Oceans of Investigation. It's going to ask you to make a copy of a document that will look something like this. So here's will be in nice pretty colors. All right, Mr. Munoz, were you able to make a copy online? Did it work?
I actually didn't hear which model do you want.
Okay,
There's two of
can't
them.
hear you.
Yeah, so there's two models. I couldn't hear which model you.
All right, give me a thumbs up, Mr. Munoz. Were you able to make a copy? Thumbs down. Okay. We're not off to a great start here, are we? Are you guys able to make a copy in here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Ms. Ritesh, were you able to make a copy? Thumbs up if yes. Okay. Thumbs up. Okay, great. Mr. Munoz is there now as well. All right. So if you'll indulge me, let's just take a few minutes and let's read a little bit here. The world's seas and oceans are labeled as distinct bodies on a map of the world, but closer investigation makes clear that they are, in fact, interconnected. One will not pass borders sailing from the Tasman Sea into the Coral Sea, proceeding into the Pacific Ocean. And even though nations claim territorial waters, the waters themselves don't care about these boundaries. They ebb and flow with the tides and the currents. The human sciences are much the same. Various disciplines have been established: psychology, anthropology, sociology, economics, political science, legal studies, human geography, and the like. But just like the ocean's waters, the knowledge within these subjects spills over the edges of each discipline, influencing understanding in its neighbors. Can we really understand how people make economic decisions without asking questions about their psychology? Can we hope to fully understand psychological phenomenon without asking questions about culture and society? Below is a table. Complete the table by creating one question that the corresponding discipline might investigate, and then cite at least one other discipline from the human sciences that would impact the framing or the answer of that question. A model's been completed for you. There's a glossary as well, in case you're unfamiliar with any of these disciplines. So on the back side, or the second page of the document for you guys, you'll notice I've created a simple table. And we've got 2, 4, 6, 7 social sciences there, or human sciences. For example, psychology. Someone doing studies in psychology might ask the question, what social factors are contributing to anxiety? I think we can probably think of a few right now. Yes? But, of course, in answering that question about human psychology, right, we might also have an anthropologist weigh in, right, to help us understand the broader cultural context in which that particular group of people are living. Those of us living in the Midwest in Indianapolis are perhaps experiencing a different set of anxieties related to COVID than, say, right, a family living in a high-rise apartment in New York City, right? Many of us have easy access to the outdoors, right? Less population density, I don't know. There could be a variety of factors, both geographic and anthropological, that would impact the psychology of that individual. So, see if you can think of a question that might be asked in sociology, economics, human geography, political science, legal studies, cultural anthropology, and then think about an area adjacent to it that might have something to say. Do you want to do one more together, or do you guys feel like you got this? Ritesh is nodding yes. He wants to do one more together. I'm looking through the crowd here. Let me scan through my crowd. If I can. Can I scan through my crowd? Is that my crowd? No, that's not my crowd. There's my crowd. What about the in-person people? You feel like you got this? You want to do one more together?
I do it.
One more together? Okay, awesome. Which one do you want to do together, Emma? Political science, awesome. Can anyone here nominate a question that a political scientist might try to answer? As they're doing their research, what kind of question might those of you online, since I can't hear you, I'll open up the chat. think I can do that. No, we didn't. What was
I
that?
think Dylan has an answer.
If
I
you
got
have,
an idea.
Munoz, if you have any input, science, I don't know that we'll be able to hear you. You might have to type it in the chat.
I did watch your show.
Let's see if he's going to the chat.
Uh-huh.
Okay, what are the consequences of a decision? That's a good question. That's a good question. Let's see if we can refine that question though to make it something more narrow to what a political scientist might want to answer. Dylan?
Well, I had my own question
Yeah.
earlier. I actually put it in the discussion. It was not that chat, like the discussion page on Canvas.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
It was, is there a method or structure that is best for the distribution of power?
Great. So political scientists might ask, what is the best way to distribute power, right, within a society or a system? That's a great question that a political scientist might ask. Mr. Munoz, thank you. Dylan, thank you. Let's see now if we can think about an area of study that's adjacent. One of these other social sciences. So sociology, economics, human geography, legal studies, cultural anthropology, psychology. Abby,
I think like legal studies would be kind of the same area, and they could, I don't know, they could know what specific laws would be helpful to distribute the power.
love it. I love it, Abby. Excellent. So, for example, right, someone who studies legal studies, they could ask questions about, okay, once we've determined what is the ideal way to distribute power within a society, what kind of legal framework do we need in order to establish that system, maintain that system, keep that system healthy? That's a great example. All right. So let's take a few minutes, and we've got psychology done, we've got political science done. Let's see if you can find a similar question, an adjacent area for sociology, economics, human geography, legal studies, and cultural anthropology. We'll take about 10 minutes to do that. I'll float around, answer questions, maybe just say hi to you while you're here in person. Those of you working online, go for it. And then we'll come back together and sort of talk about what you come up with. Katie.
Should we do this by ourselves or like with another person or all groups?
I thought about that, Katie. I think today I'm going to have you do it on your own. Ideally, what I would like to have done, I even went outside to see if it was possible, is it's quite nice outside finally. Send you guys outside, yada, yada, yada. But I'm not quite comfortable with how I do that and help you out there and stay with these guys. So if it's all right, just today we're going to keep it simple. I promise I'll take the training wheels off soon. I'm actually quite an inventive and creative teacher in my back before COVID, but now I'm having to kind of relearn all this, so I appreciate your patience. All right, I'm not normally a sit and get kind of guy. In fact, if you were in this class last year, we'd all sat in a big circle, we had comfy chairs. Okay. Wayne to see if he has a suggestion for how we can hear these folks.
There should be a way for you to connect your laptop to the speakers and you could just go through there.
Let's try.
I don't know if there's a plug
Or
or
you
something,
hit end
but,
meeting.
because I remember in PQ, we connected to the speakers
Yeah.
through like an aux cord or something.
So share it here. There we go. Okay, let's try this. So would you mind trying to say something really quickly, unmute and
Yeah, can you hear me?
thank you, Dylan. Fantastic, all right. Never mind,